Yeah, I mean, it's not that I'm not uncomfortable with it at all. It's just, I don't know. I'll admit, when I look at the piracy thing, or when I think about going to pirate that shit, I just kind of go, fuck it.
I know what you mean.
It really does bring into sharp focus that idea of, efficient delivery mechanisms should be will be market driven. And I'm like, well, I don't want to wait. I don't know. So.
Well, that's why I don't pirate like more than I do, just because I'm that lazy.
Right.
And I've also sort of been afraid of like fucking up my computer, like, because I don't know enough about, like, if you go to a site and like it's gonna like load you full of like Trojans or something.
Right.
And but now that I have like my house literally has computers laying around it just because they've accumulated over the years, and instead of fixing them when they break, I just go buy another computer. So I will have to I think I'm going to like fix one of them, like put the startup disk back in it, and that will be. I mean, my plan, as you know, is to have one computer that's just devoted to like watching porn, and if it gets fucked up, it gets fucked up. I'll just restart it again with the startup disk, and then maybe I'll have another computer, or maybe the porn computer can double as the piracy, like the heavy piracy computer.
It's not a bad idea.
So,
the shocking, I will say shocking in this case, thing to me is that I saw an article the other day that somewhere in the UK, a porn company is going to start going after people pirating their shit. And the reason I say shocking, it is shocking, the shocking development, is not necessarily that they're upset that people are stealing their shit. They're not paying money for the content they're getting. That porn is actually willing to go and like say to the press, people are stealing our stuff and we're sick and fucking tired of it. Like, because I always thought, whenever I would like download like an HBO show or a movie or whatever, I was like, I'm sort of taking a little bit of a risk here. Maybe they'll try to prosecute me. Who knows? So I won't do this too often. But like porn, just carte blanche, like fucking take. I was like, they'll never get organized and actually get a lawyer and try to, they'll have to send, they'll have to send 80% of the country a fucking subpoena being like, you got to show up at court, we're suing your ass, if they try to go after people for getting porn illegally. I couldn't believe it. I was like, no way. I wonder if this will get off the ground.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, cover your tracks. Like, if you're gonna, and I know some about that, but not enough to really 100% feel secure that my tracks are covered. Which once more makes me lazy. Which I imagine is possibly part of your reasoning for being lazy too.
I think so. Although I do have to admit, like I would love if somebody nearby was in like one of the high profile like first porn prosecutions. Like, I would love to just sit in the courtroom and hear them rattle off like the list of shit that got downloaded. Because the names of movies and clips and all that shit can really go from
I can just see
there's a range, is what I'm trying to say, in terms of how offensive or just outrageous they would sound.
Some like grizzled old judge, doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, like either way would be funny, just stopping everything and asking like, what is a dirty Sanchez? What's a donkey punch? Angry pirate? What the fuck is that?
I don't think I know what an angry pirate is.
It's
should we? Okay.
It's sort of like super herpes, and it's really bad. Like,
okay.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, so an angry pirate it's when you come in one of her eyes and you kick her in the leg at the same time, so that she's hopping around on one leg and closed one eye.
All right.
I don't even know why somebody would do it. I like making sweet, sweet love, ladies and gentlemen. I take no part in the angry pirate business.
That's ridiculous. Of course, yeah, we are upstanding gentlemen
on
this end of the microphone.
I have to admit, the first time I heard somebody tell me what an angry pirate was, like, I laughed my ass off. So yeah, that's an angry pirate.
Well, I guess porn and hoarding to bring it back around. They do sort of connect at some level. Because, I mean, if you're downloading porn, you might have the impulse to keep it.
Yeah.
To squirrel it away.
I do
Now
not
I'm
have that
imagining a
impulse.
squirrel like trying to push like a DVD into the ground furiously.
This is some oak tree somewhere, the Keebler Elf style oak tree, and it's just jammed, like just jam packed full of like magazines and like pictures and DVDs.
And somewhere nearby, there's a dead family of squirrels.
And, like there's a smarter squirrel. Just his tree is just filled with thumb drives, just packed. Every nook and every cranny has stuff in it.
Oh no, I just meant porn instead of nuts. He fucked up basically.
Thumb drives filled with porn.
Yeah, this is the variation we were talking about earlier. Some squirrels will try to hide things that don't make a lot of sense. Anyway.
So am I safe in assuming that since you didn't ask me about the donkey punch, that you're totally on board with knowing what that is?
Okay, I thought the question at first was going to be like, so are you totally on board with donkey punches?
Well, that too. Like I hope not, because I actually like your wife a lot. So
I do too. I don't.
I'm gonna make you look that one up later.
I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
I know what it is. I just thought I couldn't tell if the question was going one way or the other. Like, do I know what it is versus like, is this something I would endorse publicly?
That was where I was gonna go next. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna assume that's a yes.
More or less. We'll say more or less on that one. I don't know. I might run for public office someday. Probably not. But no, there you go. That's my official answer. Yes. Stuff.
That's a safe political answer.
Sort of. I don't know that it really is. If you're talking about donkey punches, I mean, you have to explain to the when you're at the
some grizzled old congressman instead of a judge will be asking what it is.
when you're at the pipe fitters union giving a stump speech. I don't know. I don't know how well that'll go off.
Well, like a bunch of blue collar dudes probably wouldn't care. It would be more like some other like interest group. The pipe fitters union, I think, would be pro donkey punch. Based on, because I worked in blue collar stuff a lot over the years, and I can tell you that most of those guys have no problem with that. Like they would elect you if you brought up the donkey punch.
If I brought it up, there would be a general amnesty on donkey punches. Specific context we understand.
I think they would find a candidate that was pro donkey punch refreshing. So.
I'm trying to build a graphic in my head of this candidate.
I mean, think about who you're talking about. I mean, all the pipe laying jokes that get told.
Yeah. See, and I didn't even go with the pipe fitters union for that reason. That's awesome. You can even use the Democrat logo because it already is a donkey, just with a huge fist coming from behind. The little motion lines going around the fist.
I didn't think of that.
That would be amazing. But then people would think like, I don't know, people would think like a lot, they're anti-Democrats. No. The Republicans? No. Well, then are they Democrats? No. It's just funny.
Well, I mean, depending on how you do the donkey punch in your, in your intimate hours, it could be pro donkey, pro Democrat, like if you enjoy the donkey punch, you and your funny little honey, I mean, it could be taken as, like he's not anti-Democrat because he's punching that head of the donkey. He's into that shit.